Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at a sealed copy of Crossbow for the 7800. And I know last year we looked at a sealed copy for the 2600, opened it up, played with it, showed some video of it. In fact, I even have the box right in the back. But now I have a 7800, got a sealed copy. Let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Probably the same as 2600. I just want to point out the orange little tag that says compared to $29.99, marked down to $3. There were tons of bins back in the late 80s, early 90s with Atari games marked down anywhere from like 10 cents to a couple bucks. I actually bought The Empire Strikes Back for literally 25 cents at Toys R Us. Let's see if I can get this brittle, old shrink wrap open. Now this game you can find pretty cheap. You can find sealed copies for anywhere between 12 and 20 bucks. Get that out of here. So if we look at the back, an epic adventure. See, the graphics are decent, especially for 7800. And we have the story about you and your brave friends. Fun player. The cool thing is it's for use with the controllers or the Atari light gun. Now, I don't have a light gun. I don't have a CRT TV. I'm pretty sure that the light guns, it's like Nintendo's app, only work with a CRT TV. So let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Oh, so we got the classic cardboard packing, giant box for a pretty small game. There we go. There's Crossbow on the Atari 7800. The label's a little warped from time, glue coming undone, but see what other goodies we have in here. Maybe a registration card or two. Yep, Atari Core, limited 90-day warranty for computer product, cassette, cartridges, or diskettes. 1987 Atari Core. Amazing how old. Now we can still find sealed copies of this stuff. Okay, don't need that anymore. So here's the manual. Looks pretty identical to the 2600 manual. Copyright 1988, Atari. Table of contents, which way to the castle. Gives you all the basics and the stages for the game. Table of contents. Of course, how to insert the Crossbow game into the Atari 7800. Reset button. Playing the game, starting your adventure. All this good stuff. There we go. There's one of the heroes, the desert. Caverns, volcano, jungle, village. Now, the village is the scariest scene in the game. This is the game that I talked about before when I was a kid. Used to scare the crap out of me going to the local deli. And for some reason, on attract mode, it would always play the village scene with the ghosts moaning and the witches and the people dying going, ugh. That's like a 4 or 5-year-old, scare the crap out of you. Drawbridge and river. Evil Master Eye, Castle Hall. So it has, looks like it has more levels than a 2600 from what I remember. Almost, I believe these are all the levels from the arcade game. Unfortunately, as you know from the title, this is a Arcade Hunter's Halloween quarantine video. I am in quarantine, cannot go to an arcade, cannot play the arcade version of Crossbow at Fun Spot like I usually do every year. So, this is the next best thing. Let's take this cartridge and get it fired up in the 7800. A 2600 here, and today we're taking a look at Crossbow on the Atari 7800. Now, I have my Atari 7800 running on S-Video through a FrameMeister, so I'm able to add the scan lines and get it looking real crisp. So let's check out the gameplay and see how it goes. And I got the desert screen. And this is my first time playing it. I'm having a hard time controlling the cursor. It's kind of jumping around. The graphics are good, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass to control right now. Seems like the Atari 2600 version had better joystick controls. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the light gun, and I don't have a CRT TV anymore, so I don't think I could even use the light gun for the Atari 7800. Maybe I think I'm going to try another joystick, because this joystick just feels a little off and wonky. Let's see this path. So I'm at the volcano. And yeah, I'm having a hard time hitting anything. Oh wait, yeah, can't shoot the diamonds. The adventurers have to collect them. I'm having a hard time hitting a lot of stuff. Though I do like the lightning in the stage and the screen flashing. The music is, well, there is no music. The sound effects are kind of meh. They're like 2600 sound effects, basically. Doesn't have a pokey chip in the game, I believe, for the enhanced music and sound effects. And I'm sorry, the joystick, I hope it's a joystick, because this is just really a pain to play. Now the jungle screen. Once I die, I'm going to try switching joysticks. I have another 7800 joystick. So this is pretty cool. The monkeys actually look like monkeys instead of just blocks like in the 2600 version. There's the Master of Darkness. And yeah, I'm switching controllers. So I'm back. I'm trying my spare controller. Let's see if the controls are any better. And I want to do the village. There. That's the Halloween themed stage. Okay, this feels much better. So my one joystick is kind of shot. So the controls really aren't that bad, especially for a light gun game playing with a joystick. So this is the stage that in the arcade version used to give me nightmares. That was because it had real voiced moans. Obviously on the Atari 7800 they really can't do high quality speech and sounds without an enhancement in the cart. There's the ghost. Those used to really freak me out. The ghost moans and the people screaming when they died. I still remember going to that deli wanting to buy Dinosaur Attack, Wax Pack cards, and Bazooka Joe bubblegum, and that machine, for some reason, the volume was turned up all the way. I'd be on the other side of the deli, and I would just hear the sound effects, and it would just freak me out. So now Crossbow originally came out in 1983 in the arcades, released by Exidy. The game was sold to arcades as being a potential conversion or upgrade system. Basically, they're saying that you buy Crossbow, we have other light gun games coming out. You can just buy the conversion kits and throw them in the cab and convert the cabs. And some of those games included like Cheyenne and Chiller. So this port came out in 1987. It was handled in-house by Atari. There are many other ports of Crossbow that were released on all different platforms, including computers in the 80s. Got the weird pterodactyl thing on the bridge. Well, don't shoot your friends. Let's see. Ooh, the caves. So this is where you have to shoot some of the spikes to close gaps in the holes. Kind of hard to see the gaps. There's a Yeti that peeks around, tries to grab you. And there's just too much going on for me to handle with the joystick. I wish I could get a light gun. So this is Crossbow from 1987 for the Atari 7800. Decent port, well worth picking up. You can find them pretty cheap. Thank you for watching our video, and be sure to check out our other videos.